Going back to the freehand, just cutting off these a bit better. Okay, and once I'm happy with this shape, I hit W, go 90 degrees to the side, make sure my perspective is turned off this time. I'm going to drag the whole part, press Ctrl I to invert the mask, and I'm going to drag this out by holding Shift, so it only drags out into one direction. And I'm only going to drag this out a little bit. Yeah, this is fine. And I control and drag into the empty space, and there is my ornament. A few more things I want to do to it. I'm going to smooth it so that we get a bit of a bevel. Like this. And then apply the same techniques to it with our trim brush. So trim away some of the edges to make it look consistent. Let's add a crack in the middle. And this could almost be a sword. Last things I'm going to do, I'm giving it a bit of an outline with the same crack brush. Like this. And I'm going to do the same for the outside of the ornament. Very quick and easy. Like this, and then I'm going to add some last detail to the edges so that it looks like someone put this into the stone. Of course, use any shape you like, maybe you come up with something better, and that is fine as well. This is just one method of putting in a stone ornament. Alright. Then we go to the bottom, and for this one I'm thinking maybe this goes bigger at the bottom, so maybe let's put some sort of skull here, because it has the same shape when we think about the teeth. Again, I'm holding Control to draw, and then just make a very, very simple shape here. This looks like a keyhole. Let's get some teeth in by subtracting the mask by holding Control and Alt. Okay, let's cut this off a bit more so it matches more the shape. And let's get some eyes in there. Maybe a bigger one and a smaller one. and he's angry. And let's put in a nose. Something like this. Okay, again I hold Control I to invert the mask. And I'm going to hit W to be able to pull this out by holding Shift. And again I'm pulling this out a little bit. Go back into my brushes. Now if there's some artifacts happening, you can just get rid of them by smoothing them away. Because he does so tiny. This might happen when you are not careful enough with your mask. Then I'm going to smooth my mesh. And again, I'm going to trim away some of the edges. And there's our skull. Using the cracks brush to give it an outline. And also I'm giving the inside an outline. Let's trim the edges here as well. And there we have our skull ornaments. Let's maybe make him even more angry. Because someone damaged the pillar. Alright, and there we have our two ornaments of the pillar. Now for the middle, I actually don't want any ornaments anymore because we already have two different one at the top, one at the bottom. So what I'm going to do instead is to just take my standard brush and draw some points in there, just like this, on each side. You will see in a second what I'm going to do. Just like this. And then we're taking our trim brush again, and we're giving this some sort of bold shape by just chopping off the round parts. Like this. And there we have our pillar with a metal centerpiece that is bolted together. Don't forget to save by clicking Save As, Z tool, and give it a name. I'm calling this High Poly Pillar, and then whatever you like to call it. And this concludes the sculpting tutorial. In the next module, when we're talking about texturing and baking, we're going back to this model, export the high poly, and bake the detail down onto a low poly.